Hi all, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I am many things. I am a mother, I am a homeschooler, I'm a business owner, I'm a photographer and a doula, videographer. I am a huge proponent of rescue, cat owner, dog owner, houseplant junkie, Netflix binger, ocean lover, I'm a kayaker, free diver, scuba diver, hopefully soon to be a certified scuba diver. I am a musician. I play several different instruments. I am an artist. I am a friend. I'm an advocate and I'm an ally. I am a military spouse. I am a daughter. I am a dreamer and a free spirit. I am many, many, many things. And I'm an addict. I am coming up on 10 years clean, and as we get closer to that, I've been doing so much thinking about how much I want to give back. I feel so fortunate to be sitting here in front of you talking to you like this instead of living the life I was 10 years ago. Because 10 years ago, everything I just told you about me did not exist. Or if it existed, it was not a part of my life. Because when a person is actively using, there's not a whole lot of room for anything else. Drugs just take the forefront and they take control and they become the thing. Not the most important thing, but the thing. At least they did for me and for so many people that I know. As I said, I feel fortunate that I'm sitting here in front of you like this because many people that I met along the way where I was at that point in my journey are no longer with us. Drugs have taken so many beautiful souls with all the potential in the world before they really got a chance to show the world what they had to offer. There are a lot of things that affect recovery, so many that we could probably talk all day endlessly and never cover them all because they're all so complex. Most of them are very heated. There's just so many different issues that affect how an addicted person recovers. All of that's getting a little away from the topic though. The point of my channel is to help give a look into an addict's life because most things revolving recovery are surrounded in anonymity, and that's a beautiful thing for those in recovery who need it at the time, but it really does nothing to help break the shame and the stigma that society holds towards addicts. And even in the program they'll say you're only as sick as your secrets. Those things that keep us feeling shame, those things that keep us feeling really condemned and judged are those things that will keep us from ever recovering. And I want to help break a little bit of that by giving you a very vulnerable and transparent look into my life, not only as it is now, but some of my history, some of my past. I'll be sharing some of that with all of you along the way as I feel that it would be helpful either to addicts seeking recovery, to help have an idea of who I am and the place that I'm coming from so that they feel that I'm credible in what I'm sharing with you, and for those who are not addicts who are watching in, just to get an idea of how far addicted people can come when they do find recovery. Because the person that I was 10 years ago and the person who I am today could not be any different. It's actually really difficult for me to look back on who I was then and to look at my life now and to like really wrap my mind around those two lives being one lifetime. It's very hard to accept fully on a deep level that the person who I was then and the person who I am now is the same person. It feels more like a terrible nightmare that I have woken up from, but it serves a beautiful purpose in giving an example of how someone who was at the end stage of their addiction who had tried multiple times to go through detox, recovery, long recovery programs, who had overdosed, who had nearly lost their lives several times, and who was widely considered hopeless, can recover, can be approaching a decade drug-free, can be living a beautiful life that they're happy with. It is possible. We do recover. We do recover. I want society to hear that. I want them to hear it very loud, because addiction seems to be the label that you can never shake. And I cannot tell you how many times, once someone knows I'm an addict, that is all they see about me. I can be the brightest, most vibrant, full of life person in the world, but when they hear addict, all of that fades away, and that is all that people see of me. And there are people from my past who knew me back then, or who knew me before and heard about what had happened, who still only see me as I was a decade ago. It's a very hard thing to get people to get on board with when that recovery is possible. It's almost on the same lines of how people say, once a cheater, always a cheater. Once you're an addict and you make some poor decisions and you do some shit things because of your addiction, people tend to see you as that and feel that you can never, ever be anything different. And I'm here to shatter that. I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect. But I am not who I was. Progress rather than perfection happening here, okay? I'm not even trying to claim perfection. But I do feel that I have reached a point where I have something to offer to those who are still sick and struggling, to those who are trying to find their way through early recovery, because it is brutal and it can feel so hopeless. I'm hoping to share some of my life with you so that you can see a little glimpse into your potential future. So I've done this different than a lot of people do or suggest. Generally, when people are doing YouTube channels, they just jump right in, they discuss some things, and then they introduce themselves. And I kept trying to think of how to do that with this channel, and it just didn't feel right for what we are doing here. I had to introduce myself. I had to give you a glimpse into what it is that this channel is going to hold for you. So here's the breakdown. I'm definitely going to share with you about my life now. You can see lots of vlogs. It will probably be fairly heavy on my parenting, because one of the hardest things about recovery as a parent is parenting. That is one of the areas where the shame of addiction is the heaviest. So I definitely would like to share the joy that I have in parenting my children now. I would like to share some of my perspective with you about learning to parent in recovery, because it's hard. We are missing basic skills in early recovery, and when you are parenting, you just have to learn as you go. Again, I'm not perfect in that area either, but I do have a beautiful relationship with my children that I would love to share with you. I will also be sharing about my past, as I said, and then we will definitely be diving in and discussing some topics as they pertain to addiction, because I feel it's important. I have experienced a lot in these past 10 years that I would like to discuss openly and transparently, publicly, for everybody to see, because I feel like it's important that an addict's perspective be shared. So that's it for today. I will definitely be posting regularly, and I invite you to join my journey.